Hey people, it is Saturday, September the 17th. It's currently 24 degrees Celsius. And I'm here once again in suburban Guelph, Ontario with Meghan.
Hello.
And we're walking from her parents' house to a place where we can buy some juice and a banana. So the whole point of this walk is, what's it like walking to get a couple of simple items that you would normally get at a corner store 5 minutes away in downtown Toronto?
5 minutes, just right out the door. Just open the door and it's right there.
or less than 5 minutes away. Whereas in the western suburbs of Guelph, it might be more of a journey, just getting a couple of simple items from a store. So how much of a journey will this be? So that's what this walk is all about.
You're about to experience the frustration of my teenage years. When I was like, I just need some milk, and I have to like trek through the mountains and over the valleys and battle 6 dragons just to get some milk.
Right.
Why?
And of course, most people who live around here would hop in their car, obviously.
Which is also a waste, because it's like theoretically not that far. So it's just like, why would you like hop? That would be like driving from like your apartment to like Nathan Phillips Square.
Right.
Like, why would you do that?
No, I would never.
You would never. You would never do that. It wouldn't even like enter into your head to do that.
Right.
And, like, that's how I feel about here. But for some reason, like, the walk seems just excruciatingly long. Versus like walking from your place to Nathan Phillips Square feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For some reason. Even though it's not.
So a person who lives in this part of Guelph without a car is going to be in for a world of
Annoyance.
I was going to say a world of hurt, but maybe that's too extreme.
Well, sometimes.
If they just want to make a quick journey to go buy a bag of chips, you know, get a snack attack, like, I want some chips. Not so simple. Not so simple, is it? No.
It's not.
So we're going to find out.
That's why suburban city planning is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
It's like, look, okay, there should be a corner store right there. Like, see where that school is?
Yeah.
That school should not exist. It shouldn't be there. There should be a corner store, and there should be like a small grocery store or fruit stand, and there should be like a shop or a pharmacy, like right there.
Yes.
Like, that school should not exist. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I also went to that school, so I doubly think it shouldn't exist, but that's another.
If I had been walking for this amount of time from my apartment, by now I would be on Dundas Street. And there'd be a number of stores right there.
Yep, and the Papa John's, and there would be...
Yeah. There's a Sam's 24-hour store at Dundas and Sherbourne.
Let's cross here. This is the pain in the ass to cross down there.
And there's the Daisy Mart convenience store right near the corner of my street and Dundas, which is the closest one.
There's also a Starbucks, like not too far from there either.
Right.
And a bank.
And on Jarvis, just about a 5-minute walk from my building, there's a 24-hour Rabba, which is like a small grocery store.
I love Rabba.
And there's the Dundas Market on Dundas Street, which is also 24 hours. So I have 3 24-hour options within a 5-minute walk of my apartment.
Yep. That's why city life is the best.
Yep.
It's like you never want for anything at all, ever. I was talking to my friend Adam yesterday about like public transit, because he lives in Guelph, and like public transit is like, I mean, Guelph Transit is like just the bottom of the garbage pail of garbage. Like, it's a flaming dumpster fire, like floating down a river of garbage. Like, it's absolutely the worst. I don't even know why they bother.
It's not that bad.
No, it's bad. If you live out here in these parts, you're lucky if you get a bus every 45 minutes. Like, you're lucky.
Like in my hometown, the buses, most of the buses run on a 30-minute schedule.
Which, that's better than Guelph Transit. Guelph Transit runs on like a 45-minute schedule.
I'm sure there are some routes that must run more frequently, though.
Nope. Maybe like if you live downtown already, but like then you already live downtown, so you wouldn't need to take the bus. But if you live out in these parts,
yeah,
it's a rare sight to see a bus. But anyway, so I was talking to Adam about Guelph Transit and like how absolute garbage it is. And then I was like griping, and I was saying how much I missed Toronto. And not that I like even took the TTC that often. I mostly just walked everywhere. But I was like, yeah, no, like people in Toronto get pissed if they have to wait for a subway for 5 minutes. Like, and he was like, 5 minutes? I was like, yeah, because if you go down to the subway platform and then on the TVs it says the next train is in 5 minutes, it's just like, oh my God.
That seems like a long
It's
time.
a long
It
time.
does.
It's a long time.
I kind of grumble to myself if it has anything more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, like, same. And I was like, you reasonably will expect to get a train every 3 minutes or so. And if it says like, sometimes it says like 6 or 7 minutes, then you're really like, oh my God, why is it so long? Like,
yeah, that's when you know something is wrong. Like, oh, something must have happened. There must have been some sort of incident, or something.
Yeah,
because that's abnormal.
Having to wait 6 minutes for a subway is just the worst. Yeah. And I was like saying, I'm like, no, like I get annoyed when I have to wait 5 minutes for a train because it's just like, ugh, why is it taking so long? Like more than half the time when you go down onto the platform, there's a train already pulling into the station. Yeah. And you just hop on the train and away you go. And he was like, man, he's like, I would be so happy to wait 5 minutes, even 10 minutes for a bus. It's like, yeah, because Guelph Transit is garbage. They should get a light rail system in here.
Guelph's not big enough for that.
Kitchener-Waterloo? Oh, I guess they're bigger than Guelph.
Kitchener, yeah, is a lot bigger, yeah. Even London, Ontario doesn't have a light rail.
No.
It's been trying, or it tried a couple times, but they keep screwing it up and not going through with it. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, like the city council there just can't seem to get their shit together.
Well, London's kind of a sketch town anyway, but I have some friends who live in London and they're just like, yeah. It sucks here. Yeah. Okay, so if we were in your neighborhood right now and we had walked for this long, we would have probably already passed that Asian restaurant where we always see people line up.
Yeah, we'd be almost at Dundas Square by now.
Yeah.
If we were walking this long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not even halfway there. It's a trek. The only good thing about this is that buying like a few small groceries, you just get your exercise in. Right. When you don't have to drive. Like, that's just like a default way of exercising. Because like, otherwise when you live in the suburbs, you don't exercise ever. Like, you don't ever... Because like, people just drive everywhere. So you never get any exercise. And I think it just like, I don't know, like it makes me feel lazy to be like, I'm just gonna hop in my car and like drive 10 minutes down the road. Like it just makes me feel lazy. It's like, why don't you just walk that? Why would I drive? Yep. I have 2 legs, let's go.
I think I've complained before about people who rely too much on food delivery services.
Oh yeah.
Even if they live in downtown Toronto, it's like they get everything delivered to them, even if there are plenty of stores and things within easy walking distance. Yep. Restaurants, whatever the case may be. I'm like, why don't you just go out and take a walk to your neighborhood restaurant?
I know, just take out your food. Or sit at the restaurant and eat and like get out of your apartment for a couple minutes,
Like I've been living in my apartment for almost 12 years now. And I can count on one hand the number of times I've had food ordered in. Probably 3 times.
That's it?
That's it, yeah.
Including the time I sent you a pizza?
Including my birthday pizza that you sent me last year, yes. Wow. That's it. Because I figure if it's a 10-minute walk or less, I feel like a lazy bum if I just don't go out and do it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I know people who live downtown who rely on takeout a lot too, and it's like, guys, just...
Not to mention
literally right there.
All those extra fees and stuff that you're paying for.
Well, yeah.
Just when you could easily just walk there and buy something for half the price that you end up paying.
Exactly.
Using one of those services, right?
I know, it's absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense to me at all. Actually, I just had a thought. Do you mind if we go the other route back and then stop off at my Oma's quickly and I can just pick up that fabric I forgot?
Sure.
Okay. And then we don't have to go tomorrow, and we can just do a circle.
Okay.
Just do a big circle. All right, so we're coming up on the plaza where the grocery store is, but we're still only about halfway there right now.
Because I believe we get to walk through a ginormous parking lot, right?
Yep. Yeah. I call it the car desert.
The car desert.
It's just like crossing the Sahara, but it's a parking lot, and it's like, especially in the summertime, because there's no shade and the sun like beats down on you, and you're crossing the parking lot, and you can like see the grocery store at the other end, just barely in your field of vision, shimmering on the horizon like a mirage.
Nice.
As you crawl towards it, going, water. Yeah. You think I'm exaggerating? I am not.
Oh, okay, I'll see for myself. Hey, the light turned green for us.
Yeah. Also, when you're a pedestrian in these parts, you gotta be real aggressive, because like cars will just assume that like nobody walks.
Right.
So if you're actually walking, you gotta be aggressive, like step out onto the road and be like, stop driving, and then just like, you know.
Speaking of which, I think that lady who passed us on the scooter was the first other person not in a car that we've come across so
was.
far. Yeah.
Well, that guy at the bus stop as well.
Oh yeah, he was standing there. Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for the bus, which like, good luck, man.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I hope you brought some books with you.
West Hills.
All right, ready?
So this is the giant parking desert.
This is the desert. Let's go.
All right.
See the grocery store way down there.
Okay.
Crawling through like a soulless strip mall. I complain a lot about suburbia.
Got the sun setting.
Oh yeah, and there's seagulls for some. That's another thing I never understood is like why like, and you find this in every suburban like giant store parking lot, is seagulls.
Yeah.
Why? There's no water around here.
I don't know.
And you don't see that in Toronto. Like in Toronto, you see pigeons everywhere.
There are seagulls.
I've never seen them.
If you pay attention, you'll see seagulls downtown, but pigeons just outnumber them greatly.
Maybe that's why,
Yeah.
because there's more pigeons than
Yeah.
anything else. But here there's no pigeons, it's just seagulls everywhere. It's like, but there's no water. Where are they coming from? Where are they going? What are they doing with their lives? I don't know. Yeah, isn't this parking lot like ridiculous?
Yeah.
Like you could have fit like 18 other stores in here, like small stores with like sidewalks and, you know, like cafes and stuff, and like the amount of space that one store takes up.
Yeah.
It's just so inefficient.
So in the time we've been walking now, I could have walked from my apartment to Young and Queen.
Yeah. Almost to Nathan Phillips Square.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, yeah.
If I walked fast, I probably could make it all the way to Nathan Phillips Square in
Yeah.
15 minutes from my apartment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely have done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time when I visited you and I went to meet my friend Eden, and I walked through, but also I cut through the Eaton Center, so that probably cut off some time, but still.
And I've never been in a Zehrs before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. This is basically Loblaws. Same thing.
Yeah. And it's funny that we didn't see any just convenience stores along the way.
I know, I'm telling you, this is the closest convenience store to my house. If you cross the street there, see where that RBC is? Way over there?
Yeah.
So it's across the street from that RBC. There's like a Max Milk.
Okay.
And that's the closest convenience store to where I live. It's like even farther than this.
Wow. And what time does it close? Probably.
I have
Is
no
it 24
idea.
hours or?
No,
Probably
no,
not.
no.
Eh?
It closed
No.
at like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Jeez. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's definitely no 24-hour convenience stores.
Well, I guess I will wrap up the video because we have reached our destination. So it takes 16 minutes plus to walk from Meghan's parents' house to the closest place where we can get a banana and a bottle of juice.
Literally, that's why we're here.
And that's the mission that we have set out for ourselves. So let me know your thoughts on suburbia in general and walkability and convenience of having stores close by.
Not just bikes. Chime in.
And not having to drive everywhere. And why walking shouldn't be a pain in the butt.
Yep, exactly.
So yes, let me know your thoughts down below and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal. And you can also find me on Instagram under K Continuum, and you can find Meghan under Instagram under Meghan Sandor, and her new YouTube channel, also called Meghan Sandor.
Please follow me. Give me some love.
She has 3 videos up on her channel now. By all means, check it out. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, we will continue.
You're gonna miss it. Wait. It's a douchemobile, but it's a Tesla, so it's an extra douchey douchemobile. Look at it.
That's a douchemobile?
It's pink,
Okay.
it's a matte color, and it's a Tesla.
Okay, I would never have noticed that.
Oh man, my eyes went straight to it. That is the douchiest douchemobile I've ever seen. It's magnificent.
There you have it. We saw a douchemobile. All hail Guelph.
Oh god, no.
Alright, we have completed our mission here at Zehrs in suburban Guelph. We actually ended up getting a few more things than we initially planned, which is what always seems to happen when you go into a grocery store. So now, for the rest of the walk, we're actually going to circle around to where Meghan lives. She has to pop in there to get something for her dog. And then we're going to head back to her parents' house.
Yep. Oh, I also have to bring Max's bed into our room tonight. Don't let him forget that. Because he doesn't sleep on our bed. He'll sleep on his bed. So.
Right.
But I have to bring the bed in there.
So we'll get to take in more of the wonders of the west end of Guelph.
It's a pretty sunset, though.
Yeah, it is. This makes it all worth it.
And I live like literally on the edge of town too, because that's the countryside. Like this is literally where Guelph ends, like right here.
This is the very end of the built-up area of Guelph.
Yeah. Like it's literally just like literally that field right there is countryside all the way to Waterloo.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is as far west as you can go in Guelph.
Yep.
If you want to actually look like you're in town. Beyond this point, you're
In the countryside.
in the countryside, yes. Farmers' fields and all that sort of stuff.
That's like, I keep telling people that I live in the country, and then my mom gets upset and she's like, it's not the country. And I'm like, I can see a field from my house. There's a wheat field at the end of my street. I live in the country, mother.
Right.
That's where I'm sorry, I don't know what else to call this.
Well, it depends which way you're looking. If you're looking one way, you live in the suburbs. If you look the other way, you're in the country.
It's weird like that.
But look, they have apartment buildings popping up right on the very edge of the built-up area here in Guelph.
The wilderness.
Yeah, which is typical of Southern Ontario development. You often see large apartment complexes constructed right out to the very fringes of the of the city.
Just clinging to the edge of civilization.
Yep.
Nothing but wilderness beyond it.
It's quite a bit different than how you see development in the U.S., for example.
Why? How is it that
You don't see big apartment buildings way out in the extreme fringes of the suburbs in most U.S. cities.
Really?
It's just single detached homes, basically,
I did not know that.
on ever wider and larger lots the further out you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like high density apartment complexes, not so common. I mean, you do see them interspersed throughout the suburbs in the US, of course, but usually not on the very edge. And there we have Costco.
Yeah, that's such an eyesore. They built that a few years ago, and everyone in this neighborhood was pissed off. Well, I guess maybe more. I guess it's probably been there for like maybe 5, 6 years.
No one has to really look at it unless they come out here. I mean, it's...
The reason people are pissed off is because of the traffic. Because this is the only Costco in the whole city. And for some reason, people here like fucking love Costco. Like they love it. Like it's a religion. And like, so every weekend, it's just like cars and cars, and like this whole street is choked with cars, and like forget about even crossing the street. That's why when I go to the grocery store, I go during the week on my lunch hour, because if I try to go on the weekends, it's like literally just end-to-end traffic all down this road. It's just people coming in and out of Costco. It's absolutely batshit crazy. And like I don't even get it, because Costco, there's like nothing there. Like there's nothing like, and everything you have to buy it in bulk. So like, you just want like one bag of food, and you can't buy one jar of peanut butter. You have to buy 2, because they come saran wrapped together. And then it's like, I'm one person that lives in this house. I don't need 2 jars of peanut butter.
Isn't the whole point you're saving money by buying in bulk?
But you're not though, because I'm never gonna eat that second jar of peanut butter.
Really?
It's gonna go to waste. Yeah.
I would eat it.
Like one jar of peanut butter lasts me for like 6 months.
Wow.
Like I don't.
I go through peanut butter a lot more than you.
Yeah, well, because you eat more peanut butter than me. But that's what I'm saying. But even like toilet paper there, like they have like giant mounds of toilet paper, and it's like I don't even like. I don't even have the space to store all this crap.
1 jar of peanut butter for me, like a 1 liter size, say, lasts me about a month.
That's it?
Yeah.
Jeez. Man.
Because I have peanut butter sandwiches every single day.
Yeah, that's true. You do. I used to have peanut butter on my toast every morning. Like when I lived in Toronto, I would go through peanut butter a lot faster, but that's because I did a lot more walking when I lived in Toronto. So I would like walk it off, because like peanut butter is really fattening, right? So I only like, so when I moved here, I stopped eating it as much, because I'm like, I don't walk as much as I did in Toronto. So I didn't want that to like I had to change some things about how I was eating.
Right.
But yeah, good old suburbia. I remember like I had a roommate once in Toronto who lived like, she like lived in the suburbs before, and then she moved to Toronto, and like the first little while that she lived there, she would get in her car, like every time she had to go grocery shopping, she would get in her car and drive to Costco in like the suburbs. And I was like, you know, there's like 2 grocery stores literally 5 minutes away. Like one of them was at the Dufferin Mall. It's like all you have to do is like cross the street and like cut through the school, and then you're like at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then the other one was that No Frills at like just off of Dundas, like in the West End when you go down Dundas, like on your way to Parkdale.
By Lansdowne.
Lansdowne, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that was like the other one. And also like 5 minutes away. It was like there's 2 grocery stores 5 minutes away, and you're like one person. You don't need to buy like, and she would buy like groceries in bulk, and then we didn't have like room to store it. So the first couple times she did a grocery trip, we had to like rearrange the whole kitchen because there was like 5-pound bags of potatoes and like giant chickens, and it's like, you're not going to eat all this. You're one person. Like, if you need potatoes, like go to the grocery store across the street and buy a potato.
Yeah.
And come home and like eat the potato. And then when you're done eating that potato, next time you have to buy a potato, you just cross the street once again.
Yeah.
And buy the next potato. Like, you don't need to buy 5 pounds worth of potatoes at one time. So anyway, it was just like, but she only did that a couple times, and then she like caught on to like, it's different here.
Yeah.
We don't need to do this. It's okay. You don't need to drive for 45 minutes to get groceries.
No.
It's fine.
I grab 1 bag full of items at the grocery store as I'm walking past it on my way home.
Yeah.
And it's just a 5-minute walk from
Yeah.
my building. And maybe after a day or 2, I'll
Go
just
and
do
grab
the
some
same thing again.
Yeah.
That's all I do. I never actually go and buy bags of groceries, you know, like.
Yeah, no. I never did that either. I still grocery shop to this day that way. Like, I'll go a couple times a week and pick up like a bag of groceries, and I come home, and then I'll be like halfway through the week I'll be like, okay, I need this, and I just walk back to the grocery store and get another bag of groceries and come home again.
Yep.
And think about walking too, like when you have to walk to the grocery store, you can only carry so much, you know? So you never actually buy more than what you need. There's cross here. Is this like the nightmare classroom? Grocery store, you never buy more than you need because you can only carry so much. Like you can't buy like, you can't go like, oh, there's a 5-pound bag of potatoes on sale, I think I'm gonna pick that up and store it in my pantry, because like, how are you gonna carry a 5-pound bag of potatoes and you don't even have a pantry to store it in anyway? So you buy a potato because that's what you need, one potato, and then you bring it home and that's it, you know. It's like, oh. That's what I loved about grocery shopping in the city, was that like I would make my list, and then like I used to go 3 or 4 times a week, and then I would pick up like 5 things every time I went.
And look, people have to walk to these mailboxes to get their mail.
Yep.
Do you have to do that?
Yep.
Oh.
Because they don't deliver it like to your house. This part also seems really long.
Yeah.
Walking into my house, yeah.
It's a nice breeze.
It is a nice breeze.
I like it.
At least it's like a pleasant temperature.
So here we have the city encroaching on the countryside again.
Yep. Oh, puppies. Oh, look, a pedestrian.
Wonders never cease.
Right? Wonders never cease. Good. Yeah, see, there's another mailbox thing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another one down there. And like each house has like a number assigned to their, and like that's the corresponding door that you unlock, and you have your own like key to unlock it.
Huh.
And that's how you get your mail. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like what if you're expecting like, say, an important, like a paycheck or something, and it's miserable pouring rain outside, and you really need to get that paycheck. I guess you're screwed, right?
Go out in the miserable pouring rain and you get your mail. Yeah. That's how it goes. I've done that before. Not that like I get all my paychecks e-transferred, but like when I've been expecting packages and like stuff like that, I've had to like go out in the mail or go out in the rain and get my mail. It's kind of just par for the course.
Well, we've seen a couple more pedestrians.
Yep.
I mean, obviously the people who live in the neighborhood are going to go out and take walks and walk their dogs and things like that.
That's mostly what you see though, is like people walking their dogs. Like that's the only reason that people go for walks.
Here's more right up ahead, actually. More dog walkers.
Which is like a weird concept to me too, because like for me, like walking is utilitarian. Like it's something you do to like get somewhere. So it was like weird when I moved here and like people just wander around aimlessly with their dogs. And it's just really weird because it's like, but you're not going anywhere. You're just like walking in a circle around the neighborhood.
Right.
For no reason. Like, because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to walk to.
So I don't think I'll bother continuing this video from your house back to your parents again, because we have covered that route before in a previous video when we were walking bonsai.
Yes, we have. That's right.
Yeah.
So go see that video if you want to see.
Yeah, Megan and I walked her cute little dog bonsai. Yeah. From her house to her parents' house.
Maybe you should like do a video card with like that video on it.
Oh, I could, yeah. So I'll just wrap up this once we get to Megan's place.
Yeah, it's funny because like when I lived in Toronto, I was almost never home. Like I spent most of my time outside of my house because I was always like window shopping, running errands, going to work, going out for dinner, going out for lunch. Like I was always out of my house, and I really would only be at home to sleep. So like when I moved here, it was weird that like people spend so much time in their houses, and it's really strange to me because like there's like not like nobody outside, like nobody goes places, like, and I like never, it didn't occur to me how much time I spent outside of my house in Toronto until I moved here, and I spent like so much time in my house. Yeah. And it was weird because like I never realized that like, oh yeah, I really just am only home to sleep.
That's just how it is in the suburbs. If you lived in downtown Guelph, I'm sure it would be different, right?
Well, I don't think I'd be out that much either because like there's only so many places you can go.
I suppose, but it would be a lot more inviting just to go out and walk around.
Yeah, you know? That too, yeah. For sure I'd be out more than I am now.
Yeah.
But probably not to the extent that I was before either.
And this little guy has it made here. I would have given my ear teeth to have one of those when I was when I was his age.
Yep.
He's already learning how to drive the car through the suburbs.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, future training.
Yeah.
Yep. Training for his future of going from one air-conditioned box to another air-conditioned box.
Right?
Alright, so
We have arrived, so I'm gonna wrap it up. We will continue.
we will continue.
Goodbye from Suburban Guelph.